Hello and welcome everyone. This guide is made especially for new players. Everything I'll cover is fact checked and based on what I've learned in the game. I will go over the most important things that matter when starting out and share tips that will help you grind faster, play more efficiently, and understand the game mechanics so well that you won't have to question them later. Quick disclaimer, if I miss anything or make a mistake, feel free to mention it in the comments down below. I'll gather most important points and frequently asked questions into a pinned comment to keep this guide fully updated for everyone else. I will also have timestamps so you can skip to any part that you want to learn. If you're not a new player, just skip to the tips and tricks, but you might miss out on something that I might explain throughout the video. Also, check out my settings video. There I share some tips in the settings and you should be good to go. I will divide this guide by 5 categories. First, getting started and progression. Second, storage and inventory management. Third, gear, equipment basics and mechanics. 4, medical supplies and healing. 5, extra tips and tricks, awareness, and advanced knowledge. Anything extra that might help you in the long run. Getting started and progression. Every player starts at level 1 and can progress up to level 30, which is the maximum level. Lower levels restrict access to maps and harder modes. There are 4 modes: normal, lockdown, and forbidden. And then there's solo ops, which is a solo mode. Normal mode is the beginner mode, is where everyone starts at the beginning, and it has a gear limit of smaller than 300,000 coins, which is the in-game currency. Lockdown has 5 maps and has a gear value limit of above 100,000 coins and an entry fee of 20,000. Forbidden has 4 maps and also has a limit value of above 300,000 and an entry fee of 50,000. Same applies for the solo ops, which is basically forbidden but solo mode. In order to go through these stages, your first priority should be leveling up, so you can play harder modes and other maps. So how do you level up? By simply playing the game. A faster method would be doing the missions, which give extra XP, coins, weapons, bundles, and more. Most importantly, extra storage space. To expand, click the plus icon here, and it will guide you to the purchase. For example, go now here. It tells you to do the mission that I have completed now, which gives me an extra storage expansion. You can also purchase more storage by going to the purchase now, and it will guide you to the purchase menu. You can buy key slots or storage expansion. And the last one comes from the elite privileges, which means you have to go here and buy this premium elite privilege for 30 days, and you'll get an extra storage case and more stuff with it. Keys also are a way to open rooms that have saves and valuable items. These keys are bought in market or found in jackets. The keys also have durabilities, and different durability amount is used for each mode. Lockdown uses 2, Forbidden uses 3. And each map has its own key slots and will be toggled once you enter a map. Buying the VIP privilege will give you a 2x3 case, but in Season 3, after finishing 5 missions, you'll get a 2x2 for 30 days. And then after finishing 42 missions, you'll get another 2x2 free case. After 60 missions, you'll get a 3x3 titanium case, which is very big and huge. This is even bigger than the privilege case. Besides the save case that the game provides, the game also has a retrieval case. When you open your map, it is the icon of a box. It is activated after you get a kill. Basically, it's an extra save case and you can put valuable items inside there and it will be returned back to you per mail. Operational supply items. Items received from gifts or bundles cannot be sold immediately. For example, this item has the operational supply icon. I cannot sell it inside the market, but I can sell it to a contact. To make this item available for sale, you have to bring it inside a raid and then extract with it. Also, this item cannot be put inside my safe case. On the other hand, an item that is extracted from the in-game will have no icons. You cannot sell it if it's not full durability, but you can put it inside your safe case. On the other hand, Also, an item that is bought from the market, if it has this icon, you cannot sell it back to the market until it is brought inside the game and then out. But for example, this medkit is full durability and it has no market restriction icon and no operational supply icon. I can sell it inside the market. Wishlisting and crafting. The game has a crafting system for weapon parts, attachments, and armor and ammo, or anything else that is used by the players. You can wishlist items for crafting and they will be highlighted in the game. And it's done through the contacts.
Getting into trouble?
Each contact has different stuff to provide. Go and purchase. You can either sell them stuff, which is not worth it, or wishlist your favorite items that you want to craft, and then the items that is required for this item will be highlighted inside the game. Some contacts sell limited time items, so check them out regularly and see if they have anything that you want. You can sometimes make a very big profit by doing this. For example, this chest rig armor is, through the contact, 327,000 coins. But if we look at the armor inside the market, it is 400,000. Trophy room. There are 3 important parts of this trophy room that we have to talk about. 1. Living area. When upgraded, energy and hydration unit consumption rate is reduced. 2nd, intelligence center. Once it's built and upgraded, the market simultaneous listing limit is increased. Workbench. You can set up and upgrade to be able to craft ammo and other supplies that are not available in the market. For example, this moto helmet is not available in the market to buy. These are, however, available through the contacts in Season 2 and through the workbench in Season 3. In-game guide UI. The game includes a guide UI that explains the mechanics and the features. Check it whenever you forget how something works. It can be found in the tutorial tab here. It talks about the health, weapons and bullets, storage, and other stuff. It's very useful if you are trying to remind yourself of something. Inventory management. The more you farm in the game, the more items will pile up in your inventory. Sell what you don't need and organize the rest by using inventory management button. Doesn't always work that good. It just pushes everything in order to the upper part of your inventory. First weapons, then attachments, then ammunition, and then backpacks, and anything then after with armor, helmets, and then the rest. When your inventory fills up, you can use backpacks and chest rigs for extra space, like this one here. I have filled it up. Basically, you can put backpacks inside backpacks. Backpacks can be stored inside each other, up to 3 layers. So a backpack inside a backpack inside a backpack. What you can also do is you can put chest rigs inside backpacks. In this case, the FA Multi is one of the best chest rigs to manage your storage. In this example, if I was to separate these chest rigs, I do not have space for this one to be placed here. So I put it here inside a rush tag backpack and then place it there. To store backpacks and chest rigs better, you can drag them, press F to roll them, and then they will get smaller. Same goes for this chest rig. Chest rig can be placed inside backpacks and filled up with other items. There's also weapon storage tricks. You can make weapons smaller by detaching parts, like these ones here. For example, weapon is no longer usable because it cannot be used without the rear grip. So for me to remodify this weapon, I have to click here, or either find the right grip here and attach it. But because there's no space, I cannot attach it. So first thing, you can put it inside a backpack, or you can go all the way down here. Then go to your attachments. This will be the lazy way of doing it. And then your weapon is available again, and you can equip it. To detach the rear grip again or any other attachments, you can just double click and then drag and drop the item. Or you can just press F and it will be removed. So this weapon, instead of taking a 2x6, it takes a 1x6 slot. So the tricks are, first is to not include the magazine. Unload, you can right click on the weapon, unload the magazine. And also remove the rear grip. And the weapon should become very thin. Some other weapons can have a foldable stock, like this one here. If I unfold, the gun becomes bigger and takes an extra slot. If I fold it, it gets smaller again. You can also use middle mouse button to toggle the stock. Once you want to use the weapon again, let's say we organized everything, what I would suggest is to right click, click modify, and then it will take you to the gunsmith where you can build weapons, buy weapons, craft weapons, whatever you want. The part that is missing will be red, and you can choose anything that you want. You can sort them by ergonomics. These check marks mean this item exists in your storage and you don't have to pay for it. Select the one that you want and then complete assembly. You don't have to save it, but you can save a build or a new build. I'm not going to save it in my case, and the weapon will go to somewhere that has space to be made. Now you can use the weapon. Don't forget your mag. Gear and equipment basics and mechanics. Armors and ammo have levels from 1 to 6. For ammunition to penetrate armor, it must be the same level or higher. This applies to helmets and masks as well. Lower level ammo shot at higher level armor will damage the player also, but at a lower rate until the armor is destroyed. Helmets and masks have an extra stat called ricochet chance, low to high. This gives a chance to deflect bullets even of the same level. Headshots and face shots, which is basically headshot, is insta-kill. So wearing a face mask is very important and it can save you so many times. As items take damage, they lose maximum durability, which lowers their market value. In the market, you will see these three conditions. New, which is 100% durability, like new, slightly reduced durability. For example, if we look at this item, it is 102 out of 120. But if we were to look at the worn version, it will be 84 out of 120. So it's heavily reduced in price and durability. I will go over all of this later again. Body armor, helmets, masks, and a lot more. Item configurer and presets. The item configurer is very helpful to fill your chest rig and backpack up with things that you need inside the battle. It's just a quick way to know how much things you have in your backpack and the stuff that you need. Once you add your favorite amounts, for example here, I just add my stuff here, an e-drink, and I only don't have an e-drink, that's why I will pay 5,000 coins. And if I purchase it, everything will go inside my inventory. There's also a preset builder where you can save and quickly load your favorite gear and setups. And then we have the quick hits. Basically, every Monday, you will get 5 extra tickets. And if you want to stack them, you can make it 4, use 1. And then Monday, it will check that you have less than 5 and it will give you another extra 5. And these will fill up, these are free, and they have a gear value of 100,000. Basically, how it works, you just select your favorite gear, you can refresh it or just select one that you want. In this case, let's select this one here. Now I'm hooked up with these items and I can use it inside a battle. And if you don't like what they provide, for example, for extra ammunition, you can just grab some ammo and put it in your safe case. Or even the surgical kits here. If you don't like what they provide, just select your own one, put it inside the safe case, and you're good to go. Once you play with this kit and return back and extract, an extra tab will open and tell you, hey, these are supply retrieval gear, please put them in your backpack. And if you don't do that, they will send it back to you per mail. Also advanced set, which is worth 250,000. And we also have the premium sets. These are, you can get these by buying it, or the advanced sets are given away in events and stuff. So yeah, use them whenever you can. Choose your backpack based on your overall gear value and how much you think you can dominate a map. Don't take expensive backpacks for 200,000 into a normal mode where you use level 3 ammo and your weapon is worth 100k. These big backpacks are meant for T5 and T6 lobbies where gear return value is very huge. You can always go with smaller or more efficient backpacks like Rush Tag, Cowhide, Medfield, and others. Also remember, backpacks differ in profile and can make you more visible, so choose wisely. Chest rig mechanics. You can only reload weapons if the magazine is inside your chest rig. The V-wheel. It's a wheel that displays all the medical supplies inside your pockets or chest rig, and it can be used directly. The G-wheel. It's a wheel that displays all the combat throwables inside your pockets or chest rig, and can be used directly. From Season 3, magazines reload 50% faster when they are in the chest rig, but 50% slower if reloaded directly from the weapon. Weapons. Let's first talk about stats and how to always choose the best weapon. I like to break them down by two categories: how they feel / performance, which is described by vertical and horizontal recoil, ergonomics, which is how the gun handles itself overall, like ADSing, reloading speed, impacted by the type of magazine used, firing mode, single burst or full auto, and second category is the impact, which is described by accuracy and hipfire stability. Note, compare these stats only in the same category of weapons. Rate of fire, bullets do damage, and the more bullets hit the target per second, the more damage you deal. Firing power. This increases the damage dealt to enemies. Effective range. This is the range in meters where the gun performs its best, like full damage delivery to the target without stats being reduced. All these stats can be improved by modifying a weapon in the Gunsmith tab. Here you can craft your desired weapons and save builds or use community builds by copy-pasting the code from another build. Note these two attachments. 1. Laser. Stat boosts hipfire stability, but cannot stack. It will take the higher stats from the laser and apply it to the weapon. It does not need to be turned on in-game for the stat to be applied. 2. Stock can be folded for better management in storage or in backpacks while looting, but it removes stats that the stock was to provide, so don't fold stock while using the weapon. What levels of ammo is available for that weapon? You can see the ammo type caliber on the weapon, and you can either click on the link search or to the market to find the right ammo for that weapon. To see all the attachments available for that weapon, some weapons only provide 3 levels to ammunition, and they are not good in high geared lobbies, like Forbidden. Ammo. Ammunition comes in different calibers that belong to different weapons. They have levels from 1 to 6, and the higher the level, the more expensive it gets. Ammunition also have stats. They can reduce your weapon stats, but this shouldn't matter that much, since you don't have a lot of choice in selecting the same level ammo for a weapon. You have either level 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, or 6, so only select a level and use it. If I think in a raid I will meet people with tier 6 and 5, then the least level I will take is level 4, so I would have a chance to damage them. Also, rifles and SMGs or some others only provide level 1 to 5 ammunition for fast-firing weapons. On the other hand, snipers and long-range weapons have level 1 to 6. There are also level 0 ammunitions, in which do have much higher base damage. These ammunitions are meant to be shot at non-armored body parts, and should only be shot at flesh. Your armor should be chosen based on how chaotic your fights will be. For close combat, bring face shields and helmets with mid or high penetration resistance, so you can survive and potentially bounce headshots. If you value sound awareness, pick helmets that allow the use of headsets. Headsets. They are very crucial for sound pickup and noise reduction. There are different types to use. Just choose whatever you want, and the prices also differ. These are the two most famous headsets, and you can wear them to improve your sound pickup. Some helmets do not allow headsets, and some other helmets do. Helmets. Helmets have the following stats: sound blocking, movement speed impact, ergonomics impact, protected area, ricochet chance. Helmets also show which masks are compatible and whether you can use thermal optics with them. Gas masks are unique. They provide no armor protection. Instead, they offer anti-poison effect, protection against gas grenades, and anti-flash effects, reduced impact from flashbangs. Useful for utility and survivability in certain situations, but risky since they don't add face protection. Body armor. Protecting your body parts depends on the armor you choose. Body armor can cover areas like chest, upper abdomen, and lower abdomen, or the shoulders. Heavy armor equals more protection, but reduces movement speed and ergonomics. The game also provides armor chest rigs, which combine a chest rig with body armor for added utility. Medical supplies and healing. Medkits. When your body parts take damage, you need to heal them. You can check HP for each body part by pressing the D button while in tab, or by looking at the bottom left HUD. The colors changed based on how much damage the part has taken. Once a part reaches 0 HP, it becomes broken, and it must be repaired before it can be healed again. There are two types of body parts: vital parts and non-vital parts. The vital parts include head and chest. If these reach 0 HP, for heads, it's instant death, and for chest, it's a knockdown if you are in a team. Here are some recommended medkits to use. Broken legs or arms also reduce performance, which belong to the non-vital parts. Broken legs equals running causes damage, jumping causes damage, and you cannot sprint properly. You must use painkillers to make these parts available for use again before repairing them. This means painkillers must be used in combat so that if they break, they don't stop you from fighting. Broken arms affect the gun handling and accuracy. Be careful, running or jumping with broken legs can kill you if not treated. Also, now repairing them will cause damage over time. Painkillers let you use broken body parts without pain effects. Choose based on price, duration, activation time, and hydration reduction. Bandages stop bleeding, caused by ammo with bleed stats or grenades. If untreated, bleeding will drain HP over time. Nebulizer protects lungs against gas grenades, which is an alternative to gas mask. Surgical kits. Repair broken limbs. Choose based on slot site, hydration effect, use time, and HP recovery. Some kits restore a portion of HP to the repaired limb. You don't have to drag and drop, but this is only to prioritize some limb parts that you want, like right arm or your legs if you want to prioritize them before repairing anywhere else. Recommended kits for combat are the STD kit, the TMK, and the STO. Beverages and food. Food is mostly unnecessary. Beverages provide both energy and hydration. Best choice, energy drink. The energy drink will restore all of your stamina back, and it will end your hunger and thirst. Stimulants. There are 3 types of injections. Strength increases mass carry weight, essential when overloaded with loot, since reaching max weight prevents you from sprinting. Endurance boosts stamina capacity, lowers stamina cost, and speeds up stamina regeneration. Lets you sprint longer, recover stamina faster, and hold ADS more efficiently. Regen provides healing over time. Not recommended, it is very slow and inefficient. Last but not least, extra tips, awareness, and advanced knowledge. As you play the game more and more, there is always stuff to collect. Go in the event tabs and see what you have highlighted for you so you can collect your items and bundles. Also in your rank system, you can click it, go to the store, and you can buy bundles and other cosmetic stuff. Also in the battle pass, there are a lot of stuff to collect after you finish the battle pass. There's free and advanced version. There's also activity missions that come weekly and the weekend looter. There's also the point store. Here you can buy bundles with the XP points that you get from the battle pass. The firing range is a great way to test all of your stuff. You can use ammo freely, you can build weapons freely, any type you want, any builds you want to try. And you can take stuff out from your storage to test them out in case you want it. And nothing is actually used from your storage and it will be returned back with full durability back to you. You can also test different level of armor and helmets on the dummies. Grenades can be cooked, thrown far, or underthrown. We left click first, it pulls the pin out, and then we press R, and then when it blinks, we throw it. It will explode on impact. Each grenade is different on the timer, so practice them accordingly or just wait for it to tick. To underthrow a grenade, you just right click. You can also hold right click or cancel the throw by left click. Or you can left click and cancel the throw by right click. Either way, if you hold it, it doesn't throw. If you press R, it cooks it. So my advice would be, go to the shooting range and practice on it for yourself. Knowing what the grenades do is very important. You can practice these in the shooting range on yourself and then heal up. In this example, I'm going to throw a stun nade when I realize there are people behind that wall. And when I throw that, when they get stunned, they do not hear me approaching them. Now I'm just running freely. As you can see, the first guy literally had no idea that I was approaching him. Here, I'm gonna explain all the grenades, what they do. First, the flashbang. It has a 2.5 to 3 seconds delay. Let's test it at a 10 meter distance. Close your eyes. Oh my god. Yeah, that was very flashy. Let's test it at 20 meters approximately. Get back a little, yeah. Doesn't flash. If it's behind an object, doesn't flash you. throwables. They stay for 15 seconds. And they will damage your leg first. Oh my god. Yeah. Let's... Now the question is, what if we lie down? Does it target our legs or the whole body? Oh. Yeah, it's always legs first, I guess. Let's now test the M67s. Basically, delay has 5 seconds, armor damage standard, fragment large, effective range large, pierce standard, blah blah blah. Doesn't interest us, really, nobody reads that. Let's do a 10-meter test. That's like 11 meters out there. It wounded me. That's crazy. Still behind an object. It only damages my ears. We Gucci. Now let's do the stun grenade. 2.53 seconds delay. An approximate of 10 meters. This basically messes up your vision, the way you shoot, the way you walk. So it really messes you up. It's very strong. And if you throw it at a door and there's someone behind it or a wall, they will make a noise. It's very good for info. The gas grenade has 80 seconds effect time. Basically, it's just a gas grenade. It damages your lungs. And that shit would stay for a long time. Now the MK2 has 4 seconds to 5 seconds delay. It has very high armor damage and pierce effect. Let's test that at 10 meters. It did damage me by a little bit. Behind an object. Doesn't do much. The GHL, on the other hand, has 4 to 5 seconds delay and is a wall banger, I would like to call it. Where is it here? 10-meter test. Approximately. Behind objects. Yeah. Messed me up, dude. And the smoke's just a smoke grenade, I mean. It has 30-second uptime. It's good for thermals. A lot of thermal users use this when they enter buildings. Double X to drop your backpack instantly. This helps you to remove the weight of your back while you engage in combat. This means you will move faster while in combat and you can dodge bullets better, run better. Once the combat is over, go and pick up your backpack again. There's something you need to know about the barrel and the aim position. Basically, sometimes you can aim for the target and it will hit. But if there's an object in front of you, it might actually hit the object because the barrel of the gun is lower than the scope. A very good example also is if I really aim at the number 5. Let's do the number 4, right? Center of the number 4. And if I shoot, it is a little bit down because my scope is higher. Zero distance settings. You can set your defaults in the settings here by the expansion. And you can say, hey, if I use a 4x scope, the default should always start with a 50. But you can also change it yourself. For example, here, The scope is set by default at 200 meters. Our distance here is 100 meters, so we're gonna set ours. We're gonna scroll down, 150 and then 100. Now, if we shoot, it's precise, I would say. And let's change it to 50 meters. As you guys can see, the scope goes up and down. So yeah, now 50 meters. It goes up a little bit, as you can see. So if I set it to 100 again, now it's more accurate to some degree. Change it back to 50 meters. It always goes up. Now let's do 300 meters. This also messes up. So what you can do actually in battle is you look at the target, you can mark it, and it will tell you how far the target is, approximately. So now that I know the target is 50 meters, I'll scope, scroll down, hold my breath, and boom. Yeah, so it's a little bit of detail. It is good if you're using a sniper, I would say, for very, very, very long range, so that you can not say, oh my god, I thought it was a headshot, but it actually goes up the bullet because it's not very set up correctly, the scope. Yeah. Some things that new players might not know is that once you want to loot someone or a container, let's say there's people over there, you can actually press F and then go into cover as it's processing. To make it more difficult, you can actually run, and then you are in cover, and the loot is there. Or you can actually, what I would suggest is get to your max range, press F, and then, you know, I'm DCing, and then go into cover. Another tip is for peeking doorways. Let's say this is a door edge, and there's a person here in front of us. If we just go peek, our gun folds. So, and the longer the gun is, the more fold you have. So yeah, it can block the whole thing in front of you, and you cannot scope. So you can either scope before peeking, or it can, while you move, if you click at this position, I will never scope. It doesn't work. Like if I click here, if I click midway and it's to be in the folding position, your scope is cancelled. So always scope before you peek, or you can put your gun first and then peek, basically. Next thing I want to talk about is the free cam. You can go to settings, control, character controls, scroll down. There's a free camera. I've set mine to left alt. You can do whatever is comfortable for you. This is a good way to, let's say this is not visible and this is a doorway or somehow. If I want to look out inside, I can just go through this, you know, and I'll see the character of them. So this is a very good way to peek and get info before you can actually, without stopping, basically. You can practice this in the firing range, do a multiple way. So yeah, it's a very good feature if you get used to it. Also, one thing I want to talk about is doors. A lot of doors, especially wooden doors, you can shoot through them. And this one doesn't go through. It's a bit thick. I don't know, maybe it's because of the material here, but most likely some wooden stuff that are thin or edges. Be careful, bullets will go through them. Also, one big tip is about the ammo checking. You can press Alt-Tab to check the ammo type of your bullets, and with time, you will know their names for each weapon. The more you use the weapon, the more you know what type of ammo, what level is named what. It is very important so that when you pick up a weapon from an enemy, you can check what type of ammo they're using or if the ammo is full or not. So always check that when you pick up a new weapon. Always check if it's full, if it's reloaded, um, in case so that you don't actually whip it out on someone and then it's empty. Or also if it has very low level of ammo. There's also a thing called lobby ping. Basically, lobby ping means, for example, I have 90. If I clear the lobby, kill everyone, and I'm lost alive, my ping will drop significantly. Down to maybe 50, 40, depends on the lobby and the server. So always, so what you gotta do is check the minimum ping that you get throughout the game. For example, I entered a game, I constantly look at my ping and say, okay, 84 is my lowest. And so I mark my 84, keep looking at it sometimes when when I'm in a safe position and I have free time to look at it. Now it's 83. And so when the lobby gets quiet somewhere in the future and a lot of people die, I might get, instead of 83 minimum, I get 70, 50, or 40, or maybe even lower. So just know that. That means you are free to loot the whole map. This one is a bit harder on native servers. Basically, I personally always play on 15 ping, and I barely get any ping drop even if the lobby is cleared. I I never even notice it. So yeah, it is a bit hard. It's a bit better if you have high ping because the ping drop will be very significant. Sometimes in combat, when people shoot you, your face mask will get damaged. You can either swap it to another face mask that is compatible for your helmet, or actually, basically when it gets damaged, it might actually block you from seeing in front of you. You can press N, and it will put up the mask, or you can right click here and put up or put down. One trick that a lot of players also do, especially with T5 and T6 gear, is that there's a very cheap T5 mask. People bring two masks, they equip one here, and they put one other inside their chest rig or backpack and bring it inside the battle. And so when one gets damaged, they just swap it basically. One mistake that a lot of players might actually do is always aim for headshot. Um, it is effective, but if the player has a face mask, unfortunately here you cannot equip any face masks. Always go for the body shots, especially if you have very fast firing rate weapon, because it will take it down a lot easier and it's a much bigger target. One thing to also note is your movement speed with your knife out. With the weapon we have 78%, but if we take our knife out, our movement speed is increased by 3%. In game we also have a supply station. When we go there, we can find a lot of items, grenades, medkits, and other stuff, but the price is a lot higher, so you shouldn't need to buy this unless it's an emergency. One thing I wish I could tell new players earlier is go try out Forbidden. Don't be scared of it. It's filled with all sort of people and players. The loot is just a lot greater. Once you get used to a map in lockdown and you know where you go in, where the stuff are, you should go and try out Forbidden, especially in TV Station. The scavs have tier 4 ammo, and the loot is a lot greater. Go try out maps like Knowldege, Farm, Armory. Just see it for yourself, see how it feels like. You have to be the one who experiences it. Don't just watch video and just be like, yeah, this is not for me. You have to take the first step. Also, one thing is that you have to know your map. These are extractions, these greens and the yellows. This is a supply retrieval device. It's a safe box inside the game. Some extractions are available by holding down some levers. If you just click them, it will show you where the lever is. And we also have more supply retrieval devices on each map. If you just open the map, you will know. The doorways, There's multi-floors also. These are electrical safes available for everyone to activate. So just know the map, see where the things are, learn the names for callouts. You can increase your knowledge by just going to Google and looking for Arena Breakout maps. There are websites that put these available. These are not always up to date, but you can filter your categories. And for example, here you can see the extraction positions. You can see these also in the map overview if you're inside the game. But the spawns are important to know because each time you spawn, you should know if enemies are close to you or not. And these are not always up to date, but these help you approximately where they might be. So you can look for every map where the spawns are approximately are. These change seasonally as they balance the maps out. And one thing also to know is that in the game there are always scavs. Scavs are the in-game bots. Basically, they spawn at houses, locations, random positions, and they are always fixed. And these are to prevent ratting in the game without making any noise. So for example, here they add scavs here, inside there, maybe some outside. Basically, you will face them. They are not real players. With time, you will learn how their footsteps sound like, and you will notice them a bit better. What a scav is and what a real player is. And so just take your time. Just know that there are scavs and there are real players. Every position here on the map has scavs that defend the area. So, yeah.
The bioscanner and recon terminal. Let's look at the bioscanner first. Once it's activated, it can scan for the rough location of enemies within 35 meters of it. It will make a sound while scanning. If the scanner detects an enemy, it will send them a notification. The bioscanner is battery powered, and once the battery runs out, it will turn off. As for the recon terminal, each individual terminal can only be used one time, and once it's used, it will be destroyed. The terminal can scan a specified area of the map. After a short pause, it will display the results of its scan on the maps of every member in the squad. These results will remain on the maps for 5 minutes, then disappear. These two tactical items are raid items. They can only be found in raids or purchased from a supply station, and they can't be brought out of the raid. Please make full use of them.